Alright, hello students. This week we are talking about integrated library systems, also known as automated library systems, and they have many other names. So I'll try to consistently stick with integrated library systems so that we're always talking about the same, always using the same language. So you might remember these old card catalogs. This is what we used to call an integrated library system. We had the catalog drawers with the cards that were filed by author, title, or subject, and you had to go through every single one of these drawers sometimes to find what you were looking for. If you didn't know an author, you had to look by subject, and sometimes you looked at the wrong subject and you needed to go to another subject. There was no such thing as keyword searching. And if you wanted to check something out, you had these funny little date stamp cards, or you had to sign your life away. And now we do all this stuff online. So an automated, an integrated library system. And what we're mostly as library users accustomed to is what they call the OPAC module. And it's where people come into the library, they look up books, they see if they're checked in, they're checked out, and where to find them in the library. That's what most of us are accustomed to these days. Those of us who work in a library, especially at the checkout desk, are more acquainted with the circulation module, which is keeps track of user records and if they've checked books out and in, and if they have overdues. However, there's really a lot more to integrated library systems than just the OPAC, or the book availability check, as this slide calls it. So you have your availability check, your OPAC, and your circulation to enter the books in and out. And then there's a number of other things that integrated library systems do, and each of the different things are called modules. So the traditional ones are the OPAC, the Online Public Access Catalog for the books, the circulation module, the acquisitions module that you use to track your purchases, the cataloging module to add in your holdings or your books, and there's also serials modules and reserve modules. There's a lot of different ways that library systems can grow. And as an example, this is a library automated system, and this is the user view of it where they can look for a book. And this is a library automated system, and this is also, even Library of Congress has an integrated library system, and this is the front end of it, the one that users use. And we're getting into the fun part of class where we are going to be creating and doing our own library catalog. So I want you to think about over spring break what kind of library you would like to build, and what kind of books you want to catalog and magazines you want to catalog. And this is a real opportunity to have fun in class. I have had railroad libraries. I have had libraries on dolls because the student had a doll collection. I have had cookbook libraries. I have had Hollywood libraries. I have had people just catalog their own personal collection of books. I have had people do superheroes. It's also perfectly okay to do a library that combines another assignment. Maybe you are in the acquisitions class right now, which I believe is 067, and you've had to build a collection for that class as well, staying within a particular budget, and you're perfectly free when we get to doing this project after spring break to just use the books that you've used in that class so that you don't have to repeat trying to decide what items you want. So that's a perfectly good way to do things, but just give it some thought and have fun with it. It doesn't have to be a serious, or at least it doesn't have to be 100% serious in the assignment. It's okay to indulge your topics. And for class this week, I just want to go through really quicker as a reminder that technology plans are due. I'll show you about that in a minute. And then our readings are in BERT for the 4th edition, or 2 chapters for the 3rd edition. So those of you who use the 3rd edition, you might just want to read the 4th edition this time since it is online, so you have a little bit less reading. But either way, you end up with these same, actually you end up with more questions for the 3rd edition as well. And then our discussion is integrated library systems versus card catalogs, which is better and why. And you might kind of think that this is a silly question because your first thought might be, well, of course the online catalog is better because you can keyword search and all this fun stuff. But there are rather lengthy scholarly articles that I could have had you be reading for this class this week about the card catalog, about the value of the card catalog and how libraries lost their history when they moved away from card catalogs and to integrated systems. Card catalogs were a permanent record. They were paper, but they were permanent. If your online system crashes or your records get messed up, they're gone. If you have your card catalog, was always there. So there is that argument. There's also an argument that people are losing their searching skills and how to really do research and do subject-based research because integrated online systems just allow you to pull from everywhere, and a lot of times you're getting things that are not relevant to your topic. So there actually is some discussion to be had here about why card catalogs could be better than integrated library catalogs. So going back here, your library technology plan. Again, this is just a brief paper. It is about the value of technology plans. Most technology plans were created in libraries because of the need to have them for grant funding. So let's take grant funding out of that and just, speculate and explore whether technology plans would still be relevant if they weren't compulsory because you needed one for a grant. So how can they aid libraries? Do they aid libraries? Does it help you plan for equipment replacement? Or is technology changing so fast that you can't really keep a technology plan up to date? Are they harmful to libraries? Do they limit you? So this is basically an opinion paper. So there's really no wrong answer, but you need to provide evidence and support your rationale. So if you think that technology plans are a bad thing, that's a perfectly acceptable thing for you to be writing on, but just plan to show me a little bit of research and evidence to support your opinion. So go to like an online catalog or our online databases and see what kind of information you can find. And it's not a real huge paper, we're just really looking at one length, but since it is a written paper, I am requiring MLA citation styles, and you may not use Wikipedia as a source. Alright, and where do you turn in your technology plans? Submit them through Unit 5, and for those of you saying, wow, that wasn't there a minute ago, it really wasn't there a minute ago. I caught it and did a quick edit why the video wasn't on pause. It's one thing I like about this new video system is it gives me so much more flexibility. Except, of course, to upload them from home, which was the problem I had this weekend. So you want to submit that in Unit 5. So just go back to your learning units and go to Unit 5. And hinge down here. And you will be able to either write your submission by cut and paste it into here, or there should be a way. Looks like you're going to cut and paste. I don't see, here, attach a file. You can browse your computer and attach a file and upload it that way. You may use either or both options to submit your paper in Unit 5. Okay, just to talk about something a little less pleasant for a minute. The date to withdraw from this course is basically now. Today is the 9th and the withdrawal date is the 10th. It's a little different from traditional courses because this is a shorter class than the complete semester, so you might be accustomed to a later date, but our withdrawal date is the 10th. Most of you are doing quite well. I have sent out a few emails to people who might want to consider withdrawing from the class. If you don't withdraw from the class, you will receive a letter grade of A through F, depending on how well you have done in class. So if you go into gradebook, this is kind of a snapshot from my end of gradebook, and of course I cut off everybody's name, and it's not in alphabetical order or anything. And you can see what right here, what your score is in class. I use a straight percentage, so this is an A, this is a C, this is a B, this is a C, this is an A, F, D, A. So it kind of gives you an idea of where you are right now. And just to let you know, I really do give out Fs. I give them out every semester. So if you're in this area right here, if you're, you know, a high D can easily get up to a C. Just, you know, come to class, get your discussions in, complete the assignments. You really shouldn't have a problem. If you're in the F range, you know, I have people down, I have a couple of students I'm concerned about, and again, I sent out personal emails, so please look for those. And that's the bad news. And it's really not bad news for most of the class. It's just always unpleasant to talk about grades. I wish that you didn't have to give actual grades to students. So, end of the slideshow. So we'll just go back to Blackboard here for a second, and I want to let you know the fun stuff is that next week is spring break. There will be no assignments for spring break. There will be a check-in discussion, which means all you have to do on like Sunday or Saturday is post once. You know, you can even just say checking in, but just post once. This is the only time you will not have to post once and reply twice to get credit for a discussion. So it's 5 easy points. Be sure to check in and do it. Okay, where was I? I had a little break here to help a student. When I do this at work, then I have to break to help students. And when I do this at home, I have my kid running around in the background going, "Mommy, Mommy, where are you?" So it was really not a great place to record videos. But back to spring break. Again, there will be a check-in and there will be an extra credit assignment. So there will be an extra credit discussion available for worth 5 points. That's really helpful for people who at the beginning of the semester weren't quite sure how things worked and might have missed out on a discussion or two. It's an easy way to make those points up. So that's what we will have in spring break. And then we will start our 4-week project in units 10 through 13 after spring break. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day.